So last week I uploaded a video animating this little guy walking out, falling down, getting up, and walking off screen. And it was just to music. I thought this week I could just kind of explain my process and how I came to the decisions I did. So in this first part, I start trying to just draw a character. I didn't have anything in mind, but I kind of knew I wanted, kind of this side to side kind of walking type motion. So I was trying to start with a cylinder just to kind of get the shape to turn away and come back at me. And as I started developing this character a little further with the eyes and stuff, I really was not happy with him. And so I deleted that drawing. I deleted all 3 drawings that I did. And I just wanted to start where I knew he was going to be standing, and I just felt more comfortable where I could just kind of define what he looks like and then work in the animation, like the walk and the fall down and stuff. So here I am just trying to get one solid drawing of what my character is going to look like and kind of this derpy look of him standing here. So I kind of moved him into position because my next drawing was going to be him falling down. Actually, this is the previous drawing. So I go back to frame 2 and do the drawing of him where he hits the ground. Poof. And once I had those 2 key poses in, I felt more comfortable going back to have him start to walk in. And so I use that drawing at number 3 as like my, kind of my guide. So then I went back to frame 1 and started trying to get him tilted back a little, his leg up, and started that walk-in animation. And then from there, I created a new blank drawing after frame 1. So it scooted drawings 2 and 3 down, and it auto renumbered them to 3 and 4. And now on frame 2, this is more of his, walking side to side, almost like the key poses of him walking in. And it kind of sets the tone for the walk, and it kind of gets my stride down. So then I started wanting to work on him pushing himself up into the standing pose. So this is me trying to work that out. I go through a lot of really ugly drawings, and sometimes I delete them, and it just doesn't feel right. And but I got to start somewhere. And I'd rather try it out and it not work than not try at all. So I decided that that pushing up was a little goofy looking. And so then I just started, once he's up, what do I want that to look like? Right. And so I knew I wanted this kind of him to overshoot and come forward and then doing kind of like a diving board. Right. And so that's what I started working on. And I just thought I'll revisit the getting up later. So this is a part where I go back and start revisiting that. How does he actually fall down? What's that step right before he hits the ground? And what is that timing going to feel like? Is it on 1s? Is it on 2s? How quick is it? Am I going to have smear frames? So here I have most of my key poses in, except for the ending where he walks off. But I figured I can tackle that pretty easily once I get the first part figured out. And so I put everything on 2s, and I started spacing things out, trying to get a rough timing for how long I wanted him to be face down on the ground, and how long I wanted him to, after he pops up, how long is he going to stand there before he walks off? Is he going to blink? Is he going to scratch his nose, scratch his butt, so yeah, I'm just kind of holding some frames longer and just kind of getting that feeling down and just playing it over and over and over until I get something I like. So then I decided I want him to just, from the fall down, push up really quick. So that's going to be really quick. And I really kind of like that. Maybe one drawing, yeah, right there at frame 37 of him actually bending his back and pushing up. But then he's gonna pop up into that standing position and can drag the arms. And I started realizing, oh, I kind of like this idea of his eyes, kind of his pupils going kind of like googly eyes, you know, kind of like Cookie Monster, where they're like kind of loose inside his eyeballs. And so I started trying to like work that out slightly just to kind of get a feel for it. And then I started adding some more like in-betweens for that settle, that doing, you know, slowing to a stop, a settle. And this gives me a chance to like figure out what the arm's gonna do. Is it gonna be real floppy? Is this hair gonna drag? Or is the arm gonna be real stiff? And through this part I'm working on twos, and it kind of gives me a better idea of like those eyeballs like spinning around in his head. So I felt like I needed one more drawing, a drawing or two of him popping up into that standing position. So here I'm going in and just kind of adding those and seeing what they feel like. I can always take them out, or I can always put them on ones, which is what I'm doing here. Just so you feel it, but you don't really see it. As I was animating and him standing there, I knew I wanted to blink, and so this is where I go in and I copy that main pose and paste it, and then just erase his eyes and create a blink. And then I go back to the beginning walk and try to get a little more timing, spacing on my drawings. And I started realizing the walk in, I wanted like slower. And then when he pops up, he stands there, he blinks, and he's gonna walk off like really fast, almost like he's embarrassed. But I don't think he really has a thought in his head. He just quickly goes off screen. It just kind of slowed him down a little. And so from here, the plan is, if I feel inspired or want to finish this, I'll definitely add more drawings in between the walks, and then I'll do a cleanup pass. I don't know. I might just end it at this. It was a fun little exercise in Open Tunes. So until next time, happy animating, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.